At the end of the 3 weeks, it was time for us to move out and do things on our own, and with no place to go, we wanted to make sure he could get to his job, so we slept in the back of his Mustang. Here I am, 8 months pregnant, and we had his two-door car, and we were sleeping in the Mustang behind the shop where he worked.
I was married for 24 years to a wonderful lady. I had my own construction company for many years. Owned a house up in Santa Rosa, and some property out in the desert. I lost my wife 20 years ago to cancer and kind of gave up on life, gave up on God, gave up on everything.
My husband had an injury to his head where he lost his job, and I wasn't working. I tried to secure a job at that time, and I couldn't. I couldn't pay rent, couldn't buy food, and so we knew that we had to go. And I came out here because my dad said that I could stay with him. And when we came out here, he told us we couldn't stay with him and we had to go.
I didn't really get anything positive out of my childhood. It was really, I mean, my mom and my dad threw me back and forth. Both my parents were alcoholics, big alcoholics, and I know what it was for me and my brothers growing up with that, and that's the last thing in the world that I want for Trinity.
I was on the streets of Petaluma for over 18 years, living out of dumpsters, collecting cans, bottles, to be able to support my habit. I fell real heavy into drugs, a little bit of drinking, not too much, but mostly speed, methamphetamine. My life meant nothing to me for many, many years, so you know what everybody else's life meant to me, nothing.
Told my oldest one that we were going to be able to go live with Papa. So he was all excited, we're going to go live with Papa. And then come to find out when my dad gave me that phone call that we couldn't stay with him. And so when we came out here and we didn't go to Papa's house, they were like, what's going on, you know? And I'm sure that put a big dent in them too.
His secretary learned of our situation and was just immediately on the phone calling a place that would offer us a miracle in the form of a place to sleep, warm food to eat, and that place is COTS.
He used to ride by my camp every day, and I asked him where he was going one day, and he told me he was going to the soup kitchen, and I didn't even know about it. Felt real small, standing in line for the first time to get free food handed to me on a plate. And this is after living out of dumpsters. Quite belittling. But from that day on, I never quit going.
Me and my husband pretty much knew that, you know, we had to do something because we had a short time here. And then so I secured childcare for my kids, for Lorenzo and her, through COTS. Well, actually not for her because she was too young then. And then so I just went out and looked for a job. What my son Lorenzo got from being at COTS was a sense of stableness. He was stable here. You know, he whenever he came in, he got hugs and kisses. And
some of the tools that I got from Kids First that are helping me today are that was taught patience. I was taught how to communicate and learning to not just to see what they're doing when they're getting in trouble, but to also reflect what they're doing when they're doing well, because they really respond well to positive reinforcement, and Trinity is just thriving.
But then Mike saw something in me, and Michelle Baines, of course, saw something I didn't know about. They wouldn't let me quit. They kept on me. I had to do a little bit of jail time, but when I came back, I moved right into the Mary Isaac Center. And that's been 2 years now. I've been clean and sober. So then they hired me on as staff. Been about a year now since I've become full-time COTS staff. I'm now the food service coordinator for the Mary Isaac Center.
It's not a handout. That's definitely not a handout. You have to do the work yourself. COTS will provide you with the tools. They'll teach you how to use them. But it's definitely up to us to build the foundation for our new life. And you have to start from the bottom and work your way up.
There's a picture in the lobby at the Mary Isaac Center that just explains the whole COTS organization to me better than anything. It's a mountain climber that's standing on top of a peak of a mountain, reaching down for his fellow man to get to the top. And to me, that's COTS on top, giving you a hand up, not a hand out, because they will give you that hand anytime that they possibly can, and I haven't seen it turned down yet.
And today we're completely self-sufficient. We have our own 2-bedroom apartment in Cotati. My husband still has the same job. I've got myself a job.
I'm actually out of COTS. I'm living in a two-bedroom townhouse.
COTS and the kitchen saved my life. Not by just offering me food for nourishment, but food for my soul.
I have so many dreams now and so much confidence in everything that we can do.
I am much more caring, giving person than I ever was before. And that's because of this organization.
And you know, my daughter, I was so worried because Trinity wasn't going to have a very bright future is how I was thinking. I wasn't sure where it was going to end up. And COTS came in and really turned things around for us, and even today I'm so grateful.